Good morning, Mosiers. It is Monday, July 26th, and super early, like 7 o'clock in the morning, which I know this sounds super early, but when you're on vacation, it's a little early. But we are headed to the boats. We are going to be the first ones in the park with the early admission with resort, and we're going to the Universal Studios Florida park today. So we're very excited. Getting into the elevator now. Had a pretty good night's sleep. Got back pretty late. Went to bed about midnight, right?
Laid down about midnight. I didn't fall asleep.
Oh, I fell asleep just about immediately. Don't they look kind of not happy to be here right now? We're all wearing our Universal shirts that we made.
in the room suck. They're so fat.
Yeah, they're too fat.
They're great.
Bring your own pillow if you don't like fat pillows. Alright, I know the last time you saw me, it was the morning, and I was like, good morning, we're headed to the parks. And now, it is clearly nighttime. So I did not do a great job at video logging my day. However, I did get a lot of B-roll footage and stuff, so you'll be able to kind of see the day, and I'm going to kind of walk you through what we did today. So we went to the Universal Park, and we had a really good time. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it and tell you what we did today. We rode all the rides except for 2, and we're gonna hit those tomorrow. All of us agree that our favorite ride was Gringotts, Escape from Gringotts, but you have to also know that we're all 3 big Harry Potter fans. So if you're not a big Harry Potter fan, that might not be your favorite ride, but still, even if you weren't a Harry Potter fan, you'd like the ride because it's a lot of fun. It's like the 3D and the coaster and it's just a good time, and it's a lot of fun.
Honorable mention. Men in Black, because I kicked their booty.
She did.
So, shooting people, if you like something that is action-packed with good video, that's the way to go.
So Men in Black is kind of like the Buzz Lightyear game. It is a shooting game, spinning, kind of fast-paced. And I get motion sick, and I didn't really get motion sick on this one, so that was a good thing.
Okay, so the Despicable Me Ride totally made me sick, and I don't normally get motion sickness on rides, but I loved Despicable Me, and the story was really adorable, so I really liked that one, because we have found a problem with me in Universal. I have not seen half these movies, and the ones I've seen, I really don't care about that much. Like Jurassic World, don't shoot me, guys. But it's just,
We're disappointed in you.
I love the Harry Potter stuff, and honestly, my favorite thing today was just being in Diagon Alley. It wasn't actually a ride. And then, call me a dork, but I really like the Fast and the Furious ride.
Okay. So for those who don't know about the Fast and Furious ride, it gets a lot of bad.
The story was so stupid.
It's a lot of bad publicity because
and the videos that you're watching were so horrible.
Yeah. It's the story's dumb. It's just really dumb. But there's a YouTuber I follow, All Years TV. Look them up. And Molly comes out here all the time, and she had a different look onto the ride, and she said you need to get on the ride and think of it as like the movies. They're ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I like the Fast and Furious movies. They're good movies, but the things they do is just absolutely ridiculous. And that's the point of them. They're kind of funny. So when we got on, we kind of thought of it as this is going to be ridiculous and stupid and funny. And when you have that mindset, it was kind of fun. It ended up being actually kind of a fun ride. All right, so let's discuss some tips and tricks that I would give to people going into Universal now after I have experienced the Universal Resort day at that park. The first thing I would say is, if you're staying on site, on resort, just bite the bullet, get up early, and get over there. So you get in an hour early, and so we were there at Park Open, and only the people who have a certain level of season pass, or the people who are staying at Universal Resort, get that first hour. So we were able to go ahead and hop on the Despicable Me ride, because it's one of the ones open. It always has a super long line. And we were on it in like 5 minutes. And when we checked that line later in the day, it had a 120-minute wait. Then we went straight back and we were able to get on Gringotts, and we probably waited in that line for about 15 minutes. And so that was awesome. And that line also, like a 120-minute wait all day long. And then by the time we got off that and walked back towards the front, it was about 9 o'clock, which is when they opened the rest of the park for everybody. So we were able to hop on the big coaster in the front, Rip Ride Rocket, and I mean, like literally just straight on it. So by the time that like 9:30 hit, we had already rode some of the three of the three rides that have the longest lines. So that would be one of my tips for you guys for that. I should say that my friends do not agree with getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They were giving me mean looks this morning.
No. I like my sleep, it's true, but you were right. It was good to get up early, just go do the rides, because we did get to come back to the resort and rest and swim. She didn't let us take a nap, but she did let us swim. So.
I take a nap.
Katie, do you agree with getting up early?
I agree more than Katie.
So Katie was asleep while we were waiting for the park to open, sitting up against a cement wall. So Katie would not agree with getting up early, but I think it's worth your time.
Okay, so one of the things that we did was when we were in the hotel this morning, we ate a little bitty snack, a little bit of breakfast, like Pop-Tarts or a bowl of cereal, and then we headed to the park, and we did all of the rides, like Heather said, really early. So by the time
we did 3 rides.
Right, but by the time we got up to the front and got those done, we decided to eat our lunch early during an off time. So a lot of the restaurants that have really long wait times during lunchtime, we got in like 5-10 minutes. So it wasn't too crowded, it was kind of quiet, we got our food quickly, and we were able to go out. So my tip is to eat at awkward times so that you don't have to wait really long line hours.
If you're gonna wait in a line, wait for a ride, not food.
So, when you look up Universal, even if you don't like The Simpsons, you will find out that they have a giant donut that is bigger than your head. You will want to come to Universal before you even get tickets to this place, like years before, and you think, I really want to get one of those donuts. You'll watch YouTube videos, you'll research it, then you'll tell your friends about it. And they'll go, okay. You don't get the donut. But you do convince them that you want to go to Voodoo Donuts, which is awesome because of the theming and because of the donuts. And they'll say, that didn't look intriguing to me. But you still convince them to go. Then they see the donuts and they're like, oh, those actually look pretty good. And then you'll convince them to get a dozen. Spoiler alert, the dozen didn't work because we couldn't pick each one. But we got 10. We ended up getting 10. And then you'll get to the room and they'll eat a few bites. And then they'll be like, they were just okay. Here's my tip. Don't listen to your friends. Get the donuts.
In mine and Katie's defense, we were going to get the donut for her in Simpsons. We found the line, and she said, we don't have to wait in that line for donuts. And we left.
Only because they had complained about the donuts for so long.
So as we were walking out, I was like, well, you wanted voodoo donuts. Let's just go there. So we did. And what did we do? We waited in a long line for donuts. So after our donut excursion, we got our bathing suits on, and we went down. We got in the pool for like an hour. It was really nice staying on resort to be able to leave the park, and we felt like we had rode enough and that we were tired, and just come right over and spend the afternoon. You know, just like a lot of people do in Disney. Now, the one thing I will say about Universal versus Disney is Universal is a lot smaller of a resort. So, I mean, you can literally walk from the parks to here, to our resort. It's easier to take a boat. Sometimes walking's not the best, but you can do it. So, that's nice. So that's what we did. We went and spent some time in the pool. You know, just kind of had an easy afternoon. Then after that, we got dressed and we decided to go to dinner. We were going to go to Cowfish. When we got there, they had a long line or a long wait, but luckily they don't give you, you know, they don't say it'll be an hour or an hour and a half. It just said, we'll put you down for 7:30. So we were able to go back to the park and ride 2 more rides, because there were 4 rides that we had ride actually when we left, and then we were able to ride 2 more. So that's how we ended the day, with just 2 more rides to ride. So then we went to dinner at 7:30, Cowfish. There's an experience for you. So at Cowfish, you can get sushi, you can get burgers, like gourmet burgers, or you can get what they call, I'm not sure how exactly how they pronounce it, it's like burger sushi. It was literally like rolls, like you would see the sushi rolls, but made out of more not sushi material. It was super cool, and we're you know, like to try new things when we're in places that you can't get anywhere else. So we decided to each order a different one of these sushi rolls. So we're gonna tell you about the different ones that we ordered. So I ended up getting the high class hillbilly, and it is pulled pork, caramelized onion and barbecue sauce, potato wrapped and flash fried, topped with homemade bacon, coleslaw, and chives. So it was like a barbecue sandwich, like a gourmet barbecue sandwich in a sushi roll. And it was delicious. Absolutely loved it. So good.
Okay, I ordered the Doug's Filet roll. It had avocado, connie, cream cheese, topped with thin slices of seared filet mignon, spicy mayo, scallion, masago, and served with a side of pounded ginger sauce. I didn't actually care for the sauce, but I know Heather liked the sauce. Yeah, out of all of them, that one was my favorite, but they were all amazing.
The All-American Bacon Double Cheeseburger is what I did. It is a seasoned premium black Angus beef, yellow cheddar cheese, white cheddar cheese, and applewood bacon wrapped in soy paper and potato strings, then flash fried, topped with dill pickle, red onion, Romano tomato, and served over our homemade Cowfish sauce, topped with ketchup and mustard. It was really good. It tasted like somebody took a cheeseburger and like a crab sushi, or like a whatever they're called too, like the California sushis, and mixed them together. They were good.
Okay. After dinner, we went to the Universal Studio store in City Walk, walked around, looked at some things. We've yet to buy a souvenir because Rebecca does not want us to spend any money and buy a gift until we have seen every single store, because you're not sure if that's what you're really going to want, because you might find something in another store
just makes the
you
most
like better.
sense.
So
the very first day, they were like, ooh, this is it. This is what I'm getting. They're like a child with souvenir money.
So I have 2 things picked out, but I'm not buying anything yet.
I did buy a souvenir.
Oh, I did. I bought a Christmas ornament because that was the only place I had seen Christmas ornaments so far. But then today I saw like Christmas ornaments again in like 3 more places. But anyways, that's besides the point. After dinner, after the store, we decided to come on home, or come. I did it too. Come back to the resort because it was already like 10:30. Katie decided that she was gonna take the boat because it was a long walk. And Becca and I decided the boat seemed like a really long wait, so we were going to walk. So Katie went and got in the boat line. Becca and I decided to walk on the path. By the way, it's about a 20-minute walk. So Becca and I are walking back, just, talking, having a good time. And then we realized that we're not even at our hotel. We're at Cabana Bay, like across on the wrong side of the street.
No, I
we made a wrong turn.
And saw our hotel, like, over here. And then we were still walking this way, and then I realized we were, like, on a bridge over the highway. I'm like, I don't think we walked this way the other day. And then we got to a staircase, and we could still see our hotel over here. So, we made a wrong turn.
So maybe not tip, but just common sense. Read the signs as you're walking down the. And then maybe another pro tip. Don't eat dinner and then go walk 30 minutes because on the way back to the hotel, I really struggled to get back to go to the restroom. So that it made for a very interesting walk. And Becca kept laughing at me like the whole time. So that was our day. We had a great one. Tomorrow we're going to do the same thing with getting up early at 6. Trying to get to the park by the time they open at 8 for the resort members. But we're going to hit Islands of Adventure tomorrow. So, good night. We'll see you in the morning.